Alrighty, hello everyone. As it rains, it pours. I took the car in a couple weeks ago, and they did warn me the battery was soon to die and had a lot of issues. They did say the only thing that would kill it quickly was going to be bad weather, but we hadn't had anything recently. All the same, it just up and died tonight. By the way, this is being recorded Thursday night. I will say, on the other hand, even though this is pretty shitty, it's going to kind of upend a lot of things for the week. I will also say this. With any luck, I'll hear back from a car I was trying to buy soon. They weren't charging much for it, and they look to have been keeping pretty good care of it, despite the amount of mileage they have on it. Despite over, I think it was either 200,000 or 300,000 miles on it, and it being about almost 15-ish years old, it looks in really good condition. Like, there seems to be no tears or major wear and tear on the seats. Looks like at least majority of the inside has been taken care of, although it looks like it could use a dusting. The outside looks great. The only thing I am questioning is what's underneath. I want to see how much rust is under there. Being the kind of state that we are in, we have constantly to worry of salt corrosion due to winters. But it looks like it might have been like mostly saved for like good weather and stuff. So they babied it. They babied it a lot. And now they're trying to get rid of it. I assume they got a new baby to take care of. But I haven't heard back from them yet. And this is the second time I tried getting a hold of them. So if they don't reply soon, I'll be looking for another one. I have over $3,000. This is me buying a used vehicle. The previous one was 2,000, so I'm knocking on wood and hoping for something that'll last more than a year. That being said, also I need to get a hold of somebody tomorrow to see when and if I can get someone to come in soon to take care of the vehicle and dispose of it. I'm thinking there's one place that'll take anything and it'll even give you a couple hundred for even a vehicle that won't move off on its own volition. I will warn them, though, that while it can't move, or at least it seemingly can't move of its own volition, it does have the capability of possibly being jumped and therefore being driven to its final location. So it won't be as bad as it could be. So I'll have to talk to them about it. And see what they'll make of it for me. Because if I can get at least, say, another 400 out of it before getting rid of it, that would be freaking awesome, and make sure that I'm at least in the green before buying another $3,000 vehicle. Well, anyways, with that said, I'm also glad I didn't pay. We were contemplating gas for this thing, and just went, nah, we got only one more week with this thing, maybe. Let's not waste money. I'm glad we didn't. Anyways, saw the opening bit to this thing. Normally I try to skip through the pre-rendered, pre-edited, heavily opening bit. I got the willies out of this one. So I'm kind of hopeful on this one. We'll see what we got here. So, a relatively short episode from the Paranormal Files, only an hour and a half long. This is the Lone Wolf Bridge. It gives me reminders of the area where the Goat Man is said to be. Out by the possessed tree and the creepy bridge and everything else. Very much reminds me of that area. I'm not sure if it's the same place. I don't think so. I'm not sure that the Goat Man is out here, but let's have a look and see what they got. Texas!
Tonight on the Paranormal Files, we're here in San Angelo, Texas, at a location that's notorious throughout the town for its paranormal activity, the Lone Wolf Bridge. The guy that we interviewed earlier for this video told us some crazy stories of paranormal activity from this area, including one story where he was physically pushed by a ghost off of this platform onto the ground. haunting this bridge. It could be the ghosts of people that died in a local flood that washed away an entire town, an indigenous spirit that's haunted this land for years, or even something darker. But the answer to that question is what we're here to find out. So thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Colin Browen, and you're watching The Paranormal Files.
As a paranormal investigator, my abandoned slings box been settled
Once
with
again, not sure if we're able to share these efforts on our own video.
Well, let's get back to the video.
There it is. There's the link for you real quick, and there's Morgan for you.
So why don't you just introduce yourself and tell us what you know about this bridge?
Well, my name is Dylan Lane. I'm a resident here in San Angelo, and I have frequented investigating this bridge right here, Lone Wolf Bridge. Story goes is back in the 1930s, I believe, there was a community down the river here called Ben Fickman that was washed away in a flood, and there were several bodies that came down this river and washed up underneath this bridge, all in this area. It's kind of just washed up here. Ever since
Not
then,
particularly
there have
great.
been sightings of strange phenomena of spirits, footsteps on the bridge. Matter of fact, one of my most compelling experiences I've had was I was fishing right here on the bank underneath the bridge, and all of a sudden I'm hearing, middle of the afternoon, I'm hearing people just running, like 3 or 4 different people running, boom, 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 on the bridge. So I go up on the bridge, and there was nobody up there, not a soul, nobody around, no cars, nothing. You can look around here. There's like plenty of area where you'd be able to notice somebody roaming around. And so I decided to come back, and when I really started getting into the paranormal, I come up here with some equipment. I grab an SB7 spirit box, and I start getting these responses talking about a flood. And I hear this woman's voice saying, "I died," and then flood. Not too long after that, same exact female voice. So I start digging in deeper, start getting really into it. And then a few days later, I come back. I had probably one of the most intense physical experiences I've ever had right here. I come underneath here, and I'm sitting right here, and all of a sudden I'm hearing footsteps all circling me. And I'm just like, who's that around me? If you're here, show yourself. I feel this massive wave of energy smack me deep in the chest and threw me over this concrete step right here.
Well, you got body slammed by a ghost?
Body slam, dude. It's like I was sitting just like this, and all of a sudden it's like I'm hearing all around me, and I'm like, who is here? Show yourself. Tell me who you are. I want to know, are you somebody who passed away in the flood in Ben Ficklen and whose body washed up on shore underneath this bridge? And all of a sudden it's here from right where you're standing, 3 loud footsteps, and I felt her getting sawed over.
Shit, that's crazy, man.
I'm telling you, dude, it's wild. Like, a lot of people don't seem to, like, and I'm not the only one. People have had experiences. They're out down here fishing a lot, and they'll like see people moving in the bushes out of the corner of their eye. They'll look over and there's nobody there. It's just one of those locations that, like, my theory is when it comes to the paranormal, spiritual lore, they say that ghosts can't cross running water, right? So my thing is like, if they're trying to move somewhere, if they're trying to go somewhere, how are they going to do that? They have to cross over the only solid object that crosses that water, which is a bridge.
Fair.
So there could be entities and spirits here that are moving across here, going from place to place, that have nothing to do with that flood and everything to do with anything else. Like, we gotta remember this place is historic. We don't know the full extent of the land, of the region around here, even since before San Angelo was even a thing.
The Lone Wolf Bridge in San Angelo, Texas arches over the South Concho River. Its aging structure a silent witness to decades of sorrow since its construction in 1922. Locals whisper of a curse that clings to its narrow span, an unseen force that seems to draw tragedy with a relentless pull, as if the bridge itself thrives on despair. The bridge, which, like I said before, was constructed in 1922, was considered to be one of the most dangerous places in Tom Green County by the year 1950. And by the early 1950s, its poor condition, blamed for 12 serious vehicle crashes in 1951, sparked debates to replace it with wider Metcalf Bridge. San Angelo local Colonel Perry of Goodfellow Field at the time called Lone Wolf Bridge the county's top traffic hazard. Eventually, it was decided that a newer, safer bridge was to be built nearby, named the Metcalf Bridge, but after construction was finished on the new structure, only the old, abandoned Lone Wolf Bridge remained, its rusted railings and cracked concrete standing as a monument to the darkness that now haunts it. It's interesting, though. The Lone Wolf Bridge in San Angelo often appears in searches for the most haunted places in San Angelo. It's always ranked by locals and authors alike as one of the most haunted places in Texas, and its eerie reputation has captivated those drawn to the paranormal for years. Yet exactly who haunts the bridge or why it's haunted remains a mystery. In fact, to this day, no one even really knows why the bridge itself was named Lone Wolf Bridge. Could it have been named after a Kiowa Comanche chief named Lone Wolf who led a raid against Texan troopers near where the bridge sits today? Well, it's rumored that Lone Wolf's son's body was discovered near where the bridge was eventually constructed. But still, no documentation exists to prove that Lone Wolf was the inspiration for the name. It also could have been named for a nearby town that vanished from the Texan countryside years ago, also named Lone Wolf. However, it's up in the air. And to this day, no one can pinpoint exactly who haunts the bridge or why, with local legends offering only whispers of restless spirits tied to its tragic past. Adding to this enigma, there's no definitive resource that chronicles the bridge's true history, no document giving you a rundown of the history of the bridge or the deaths that occurred on or around it, which has left the bridge's dark legacy scattered across fragmented newspaper clippings and oral stories. Without a centralized record, the full scope of deaths on and around the bridge remains elusive and mysterious, which only deepens the intrigue of this cursed crossing. In doing the research for this video, I spent hours going through old newspaper archives, books, and documents trying to find each and every death associated with the Lone Wolf Bridge, and I was absolutely astounded. If you Google Lone Wolf Bridge death, not a single result comes up online for a confirmed casualty that occurred on or around the bridge. You're simply brought to articles claiming that the bridge is haunted, which provide no evidence for exactly why the bridge may be home to ghosts. However, I'm proud to present to you a comprehensive breakdown of the deaths and accidents that occurred on that bridge for you now, to my knowledge, for the first time online. Hopefully, this information that I've gathered for this video can answer some questions for us about why the structure is so spiritually active. First of all, we have to talk about the car wrecks. As I was doing research through old newspaper archives, I discovered that the Lone Wolf Bridge over the years, before it was decommissioned, became a graveyard for drivers, its cursed aura claiming lives in a series of devastating car accidents. On February 21, 1965, a 24-year-old man named Tommy Van Hill died on the bridge after the driver of the car that he was in accidentally slammed the car into the bridge's railing, careening it off the edge of the bridge where it was left dangling out over the river. Young Tommy was thrown from the vehicle and landed on the dry ground beneath the bridge, where our interview was taking place for this video.
Ooh.
There was also a fatal crash on the bridge on July 3, 1935, when W. Lee Williams, a 71-year-old ranchman from the Cristoval section of San Angelo, Texas, was fatally injured in a car collision on the east end of the Lone Wolf Bridge at around 3 a.m. on a Wednesday morning. W. Lee Williams' vehicle collided head-on with another car, and he suffered internal injuries and head injuries, which led to his death at a local hospital by 3:30 a.m. that day. There were also plenty of other incidents and wrecks that occurred on the bridge that were non-fatal. These included the times when San Angelo resident Kenneth Roy Hubbard's car crashed, flipped over, and burned on the bridge in 1962. There was also the time when a man named Felix Cadena Zapta slammed his car into the railing of the bridge and wrecked his car in 1975. And even in 1955, when a John A. Jack Rolls crashed his 1953 Chevrolet on the bridge, which sent it flying over the edge onto the hard ground below, where it landed belly up. In 1951, a man named Bill C. Burwich's GMC truck sideswiped the bridge, damaging concrete posts, while another collision on the bridge in the 30s left young J.H. Clark, 16 years old at the time, unconscious, underscoring the bridge's deadly reputation as a trap for the unwary. There was another major crash in 1953 when someone drove a GMC truck into the bridge's railing, damaging it even further, and at this point I think you guys can see why they voted on closing the bridge and building something safer. It seemed like the Lone Wolf Bridge, from its very beginning, was a magnet for negative energy, and people just couldn't stop crashing their cars there. As stated before, this bridge was known as one of the most dangerous places in Tom Green County, and it definitely earned its reputation. However, the Lone Wolf Bridge, over the years, saw plenty of other kinds of deaths, crimes, and mysterious events as well. You see, the curse of the Lone Wolf Bridge extends to those who have from its heights. So at this point in the original version of this video, I went through some other deaths that happened on the bridge, including the death of a man who was found underneath the bridge with his neck broken, a man who parked a car on the bridge with his wife and kids inside, and then decided to take a swim in the river and was never found again, a man in the 1930s who also decided to take a swim after climbing the bridge and other newspaper reports that I found where people saw some very suspicious things happening on and around the bridge, but no bodies were ever recovered. Unfortunately, YouTube has censored me, so I cannot talk about the real history of this bridge in this regard, but I'm going to post the full unedited video with that history in it on my Patreon account. But just know that there were at least 3 different people who died at the bridge in this sort of horrific and tragic manner, and it's unknown if one of those men did it himself or if he was killed by somebody. I'll actually leave some more details about these incidents in the comment section
why
of the
this got
video.
cut.
The South
Okay.
Concho River,
Because I
which
realized
flows
this
beneath
video
the
got
Lone Wolf
re-uploaded,
Bridge,
so they must
also
have forced
conceals a
them to
deadly
change it.
danger. Its calm surface belying a cursed water current that has claimed numerous lives. Now, we already talked about the flood that happened in the 1800s nearby, which wiped out entire communities and ended up killing dozens of people. But there have also been dozens of people who have drowned in the Concho River itself, in completely unrelated accidents and occurrences, and a few of those drownings have occurred near the Lone Wolf Bridge. On July 18, 1931, a 32-year-old man named C.A. Briley drowned from exhaustion while swimming near the bridge, which marked the 3rd drowning in the Concho River that summer. His body was recovered near the bridge shortly afterwards, a somber marker of the river's toll. There's also the mystery of what exactly happened to a soldier named Frank J. Cream. In April 1943, the body of Corporal Frank J. Cream was discovered floating in the South Concho River, 1 mile south of the Lone Wolf Bridge. Cream, a soldier stationed at nearby Goodfellow Field, had gone missing on March 31st and wasn't found until almost 2 weeks later. At the time, military authorities conducted a preliminary examination of Corporal Cream's body and found no evidence of violence, which left them puzzled about the cause of death and exactly how and when he had died. A report from Captain Herbert J. Lipson, a flight surgeon at Goodfellow Field Station Hospital, indicated that at the time that Cream's body was found, he had been dead for more than 24 hours. Cream was described as having an excellent character rating in the Army and a very cheerful disposition, so it was curious that he was found dead. He wouldn't do that to himself, friends and family members at the time stated. He was happy as could be. Friends at the Goodfellow Field noted that Cream had left $20 with them for a furlough before he headed into town on the night of March 31st, and that he had not been heard from or seen since. His body was eventually discovered weeks later by Corporals Arthur E. Hansen, Vernon E. Byers, and Eldo Wayne Young while they were out squirrel hunting nearby. No further clues were ever found regarding the circumstances of Corporal Cream's death. So, did Corporal Cream from the Lone Wolf Bridge? Was he taken there and pushed off by someone nefarious? Or was his death completely unrelated to the bridge? All these answers are still unknown. The Lone Wolf Bridge over the years also attracted incidents of violence as readily as accidents, with its cursed energy drawing acts of aggression that left a palpable trail of fear in the nearby community. In 1967, a man from San Angelo named Charles R. Horn was brutally attacked on the bridge after picking up a hitchhiker, who rapped him across the head with a knife and stole his wallet, watch, shoes, and trousers, leaving him unconscious on the bridge. Local reports at the time even noted, robber even took victim's trousers. Then, in June 1971, a man named Arturo Gonzalez of Sonora was stopped by 2 men at around 3 a.m. when he was attempting to drive over the bridge. The men then pulled him out of the car, assaulted him, and beat him with an ice pick after he refused to give any money to the 2 assailants. There was another report made in February 1975 when a woman was assaulted near the bridge on a Wednesday afternoon after falling asleep in her car. The woman told police that after she fell asleep in her vehicle, a man approached her car and began writing down her license plate number. The man then told the woman that she was in a dangerous neighborhood, asked her some graphic questions about her sex life, then attempted to enter the vehicle and, quote, struggle with her. After she fought him off, the man fled the scene. In another case of violence on the bridge, a man named Michael Williams was driving across Lone Wolf Bridge when his car was firebombed. Someone tossed a beer bottle full of alcohol with a burning rag into his car, which immediately caught the vehicle on fire and caused significant damage. Then, on a Friday night in 1983, a 26-year-old woman was arrested while on the bridge by Master Patrolman John Rees for attempted murder after a shooting incident, her actions adding to the bridge's legacy of violence, as if it thrives on the chaos that it inspires.
Right.
Beyond death and violence, the Lone Wolf Bridge draws strange occurrences that defy explanation, cementing its reputation as a cursed crossing. In 1961, a metal box containing auto titles and notes, stolen from local car dealership A.J. Ryan Used Cars, was found in a patch of grass near the bridge after being dumped there by thieves. And in 1978, in a perplexing mystery, a canoe that was stolen in Minneapolis, Minnesota in 1974 mysteriously appeared abandoned years later, floating in the Concho River near the bridge. Its journey from Minneapolis to San Angelo, Texas, a baffling enigma. In 1961, a goat blocking traffic on the bridge was removed and tethered by patrolman Henry Landgraf to City Hall's lawn, an oddity that underscores the bridge's ability to attract the bizarre. And in August of 1976, a search for stolen property, which included a CB radio performed by patrolman William Fiveash, was thwarted by a tree in the water. As you can see, thieves, robbers, assailants, would-be murderers, they flocked to Lone Wolf Bridge both when it was active and when it wasn't. It seemed to be a good place for dumping things as well. So there is reason to believe that there may be some sort of a murder weapon or some sort of an item that was involved in a crime sitting in the waters beneath Lone Wolf Bridge, just adding to the area's mystique. All these peculiar events, set against the backdrop of the bridge's tragic history, fuel whispers of a supernatural force, a curse that ensures that the Lone Wolf Bridge remains a place where the ordinary turns sinister under its ominous shadow. So, if you look up the Lone Wolf Bridge online, you're not going to find any of that information. It took me hours and hours to comb through articles, magazines, anything and everything to try gather all this stuff, and I think it's really interesting. The Lone Wolf Bridge is known by locals, people of all ages from San Angelo, as being one of the most haunted places in town, but they don't really know the true history. And when I found out this true history, I was absolutely shocked. There was so much negativity in the past associated with this bridge, from the to car accidents, robberies, drowning deaths. I mean, it's pretty shocking when you consider all this negativity happening right here. But anyways, let's get back to our interview.
When you come going back to the theory, they have, the bridges with death. They say that you cross a bridge. Like there's always, when it comes to the other side, it always has something to do with the bridge. And I feel like that has something to do within our own physical plane as well.
And so there was a flood that happened up the river.
Yeah, I believe it was in 1936. There was that community called Ben Ficklin. There's a cemetery out there that's all gated up and stuff, and people that died in that flood and whatever are buried there. And the community itself is no longer around because, like I said, it was wiped away in that flood when the dam broke further up the Concho and completely flooded the area. And like I think they said 17 bodies washed up ashore along the Concho River, and several of them were like right in this area because they would just come up against the boards of this bridge and just get stuck there.
That's so interesting though. Like I wouldn't imagine a person who died in a flood would run up and body slam here.
Exactly.
You know?
And that right there is really what kind of like pushed me towards my theory of crossing the bridge. Like it may not have even been somebody from the flood. It may be something entirely different. And I was just here at the wrong place at the wrong time. And I came up with an entity that came from somewhere else entirely and decided to be like, you know what, this is my place. And also over the years, we've seen evidence of drug use, stuff like that. That's all negative energy that happens around here. And I believe that my theory is with the energy, especially when it comes to negativity, is that it builds up, it builds and builds to the point where it develops its own senses. It's sentient in a way.
In some cases,
and that's why I believe that's probably what it was. It's just like the negative energy in itself, not maybe an individual person's entity or spirit.
I feel like that kind of goes back to what we were going through last night. I mean, there's negativity in the land with, what happened to the Native Americans, what happened with soldiers that were stationed here, just like not being able to do anything, going crazy. And then, you have drug use problems here now. And you go down, the energy just festers and festers. And at some point, it's got to have some release. And so maybe that's what's happening here.
It's really interesting. So do you feel like it's kind of like, because sometimes you have these hauntings where it's like positive, but obviously you have negative. What's your vibe here? What do you get really at night?
The vibe here, when it gets real quiet late at night, it's a flip of a coin. You just flip that coin, you can get either or. At the drop of a dime, you can be like, hey, how's it going? You could be talking to a spirit, and all of a sudden, boom, it's a complete 180 that just, like what happened with me, just slams you out of nowhere. I wasn't here antagonizing. I wasn't here trying to find, negativity, but it found me, because I think I was just, like I said, I just caught it at that moment.
Why do they call it Lone Wolf Bridge? Do you know?
Honestly, I think that was it could possibly have something to do with the fact that at the time, this was the only major bridge crossing along this section of the Concho River. before they built that one, and there's several others. So I think maybe that this was just, the lone wolf. But as far as like, there's been other names for it. They call it the Lover's Bridge, because people will come up here and they'll take like locks, and if they're like in a relationship, they'll etch their names or their initials in it, take a lock and they'll clink it to the railing up there. There's other things where nowadays at night they light it up like the 4th of July in here, for whatever reason.
Maybe it's to keep people away from the angry ghosts.
Possibly.
So what about other people that you know? Like, what have their experiences been like out here?
I got a buddy of mine that was here when that happened to me. He was on the top, and he just heard me. He's like, "Dude, what the just happened?" Yeah, he comes running down the bridge. I'm like, "I'm fine. I just got knocked on my ass by something." And so for some reason, like, it targeted. I don't know why it targeted me, but didn't want to go towards them. Like, everything resonated around me here. Like I said, there's stories of people where they'll be out here, they'll see people moving around, they'll hear voices and stuff like that, and not knowing where it's coming from. So other people have had experiences, but I don't know of the fact that if I'm the only one that ever had that kind of experience here, because not very many people come here doing it. Maybe it's because I was actually here trying to find it, and I wasn't just, a random showing up to just do whatever. I was actually here trying to communicate with the energy here. So maybe that's part of it.
It's really interesting. I mean, do you feel like it's more active under here versus up top?
It's definitely more active under, and that's the weird thing about bridges. I've noticed other than the bridges I've investigated, like the one in Denton and all this other stuff. It's like it's always underneath for some reason. And I believe that's maybe because maybe because that water flowing, that's creating energy. That water flowing right now, that's creating energy. That's feeding the energy around us. So for us, maybe they have to be near that in order to manifest and communicate. So maybe because they have to be on the bank in order to absorb it, perhaps maybe that's why it's underneath and not so much up top. Because maybe up top might be the crossing, but underneath is the collector.
Dang. Sure. And you think about like the bodies just washing up here and what that would have looked like back then. It's just a eerie, thought.
Exactly. Like you're just walking up here and all of a sudden you just see a person that you don't understand. Like, that's a life that's been extinguished and it's just laying there. And now maybe because it was on this bank that they were found, that could be another reason why it's still collecting underneath here.
Drowning's a prudent death too.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of the worst ways to go. I would not want, no.
Especially drowning in a river during a flood.
But yeah, that's not just, water. That's pressured water. That's that's like a wave of concrete just hitting your body, forcing you around. You can't move. You can't do nothing because the water is just forcing you wherever it wants to take you. That's why they say water is the most important natural resource we have, but it's also the most destructive force from the world.
So, like, after all of your investigating that you've done here, do you feel like there's like a name attached to any of the entities here, or like, do you feel like you know who you might have been talking to?
That's the thing. I can't ever seem to get a name. As much as I try, I just can't seem to get it. I've only ever, verbal communication I've ever captured was when I got that female. So I know that there's at least a female here that is intelligent, that communicates, but all she said was flood and I died and flood. That was it. But every time I get her name, it would go blank. And then I try to look into maybe records or something that maybe I can find a name, and I can't really find it. All I found was the story of the bodies washing underneath here, but they weren't named. Probably because they didn't know who they were.
Right.
There were when they found them, there's probably no forms of identification. Back then.
Do you have any other questions? Is that cemetery close with the victims?
Yeah, kind of. Like, it's on the other side of the loop, off of Loop 306, around towards there's a road called Ben Ficklin Road, and it's right there on that road. But if you're not, you have to really kind of look for it.
Would you drive us over there and talk about it with us?
Yeah, do that.
Because I think that'd be interesting to go there before the sun sets and say, if there's anybody here, come and speak with us at the bridge. Maybe if there's someone you can help us cross over or speak with.
Very interesting. Also very interesting that a lot of the history of the place keeps getting buried.
Black widows, spiders, snakes, thorned plants, trip hazards.
What a sign.
Everything.
Something I don't see the whole time. It's kind of obvious.
Guy here. Dig a hole.
All right, man. You want to just kind of explain to us where we are?
But right now we're at the in the community of what's left of Ben Ficklin. It's the Ben Ficklin Cemetery. This is the community of the area that was washed away by that flood. That dam that we passed by, that's the one that the floodwaters came over. The whole the gates completely broke and it flooded this whole area all the way up to here. You see the river right back over there. All this right here was flooded and washed away.
Oh.
And that was the end of Ben Ficklin. This is where the bodies that I was telling you about had washed up. Several of them have washed up underneath the Lone Wolf Bridge. So like, if you notice how far we traveled, we literally traveled all the way down and across the river lane. They traveled from here all the way over there and washed out. So there's no telling like what they were hitting along the way and stuff. Like, and then they were brought back here when the waters receded and the cemetery was created. And as you can see, there's several people are buried here. Some of them are supposedly from those floodwaters because they were from here in this area.
So are these like unmarked graves?
I believe so. There's all of them, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
And I think that's probably
Found
part
out
of the
who
reason
they
why
were.
this area
They were just
here
part of a
also
village
gets
that's gone
activity.
now.
Because you know they say about cemeteries and unmarked graves. You know, when you die, the name is it's the one thing that you leave on this earth. When you don't take it from you can't take it's not sealed on a stone and marked where you're laid to rest. I believe that is one of the main reasons why you get so many hauntings in cemeteries. Because it's like you have your marks, but who's to say there's not 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 of people that are unmarked buried underneath this dirt.
So what about, have you had any paranormal experiences here?
Yeah, right up here.
That's so interesting. These just all unmarked.
A few of them have some marking. The rest, all you get is blah 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 blah, but nothing on it. This area where we're kind of we had a whole group of people and a buddy of mine. We're just kind of standing here. We had a spirit box running, and it was just going ham. Like it just kept telling us like, leave, get, like really like in a way negative somewhat, but not to the point where it started threatening, but just like it wanted us to leave. And all we were here doing was just hey, if there's anybody here, and also light anomalies up the wazoo there. Like you just see like this flash of light, just hurling in all the up on the ground. You'll see it. And it'll be over here. It'll be right here. And it would like literally light up the wall and everything. So it's not like a firefly where it pulses as it goes. This was like immediately there, and there, all within like a span of like 2 seconds.
That's crazy.
It just like really flashed like, oh. I was like, what the hell was that?
Do you think that that's just like the activity here comes from the fact that so many of these graves are unmarked?
Absolutely. That is a telltale huge telltale sign right there. Because yeah, you see the graves. These are what we have. Who's to say we don't have more?
Yeah.
Like I was saying earlier, and they're marked, but what are they marked with? A rock with nothing on it. So all it is it's like yes, there's somebody here, but there's no telling as to who. And you see the size of them.
That's crazy.
That's a telltale that there's probably a child there.
That is wild when you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to add about being out here, history-wise? Anything interesting?
Definitely try to, if you come out here, definitely try to like focus a lot of attention in this area. Like call out some of these names you have, and I guarantee like you'll start getting like, especially using like SB7 spirit box or some kind of spirit box, that they really love that kind of attention. Because you know it's verbal communication. These are souls that are stuck here with nobody to talk to. Try to really like influence it to tell its story, and I can almost guarantee you it probably will.
Very interesting, man. You'd never even know a place like this exists.
Yeah, it's just one of those right there on the side of the highway.
Okay.
You know, it's just
Literally, right there. That's so strange. I think it's crazy you can see all the dust in the air.
huh?
All right, to anybody who might be here in the Ben Ficklin Cemetery, if you died during that flood, if you're here in one of these unmarked graves,
please follow Connor and I. My name's Colin.
My name's Connor.
We're going to be going to the Lone Wolf Bridge. You might know where that's at here in town. We might come back later, but we would love to help tell your story and communicate with you. And if some of you are upset that your names aren't known, maybe you can tell us your names and communicate with us, and we can help get you some closure. Or just follow us, because we'd love to talk. You want to say something?
Jesus. I think I'm about to get body slammed by a ghost, man.
Body slammed by the wind, man.
Yeah, anybody who's out here that lost their lives, your body washed up, please come talk to us tonight. Don't need to be afraid. We're friendly. Just want to have conversations with you and let us hear your story.
All right. Let's get to it, man.
Da-da-da-da-da.
All right, everybody. Country to the bone. No one's gonna understand that. That was just a joke for Connor and I. Maybe someone will get that. We're here right now. It's approximately 9:30 at night. Very interesting. I will say that we're underneath the bridge right now. We're gonna go up and do the Estes on top of the bridge at the very end of this video. But already, just being here when it's dark, it definitely has more of a vibe and more energy than what I thought it would, have. Earlier, it's just like it's bright light, you're outside, you're next to this road. It didn't really feel like anything, but now that the sun has set here in this area, I don't know, it seems like it's starting to come to life. And visiting that cemetery earlier added a whole new dimension to this investigation. It's very bizarre to think about those bodies piling up right here. And while we were there earlier, inviting those spirits to come converse with us this evening. It's just interesting. And I don't know, I haven't done a bridge in a while. The last bridge that I believe we investigated was also here in Texas, Goatman's Bridge. So I'm excited. This is a cool new type of investigation. And according to the guy we interviewed earlier,
it is in the same state.
Some violent paranormal activity down here, which is shocking. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we don't really know much history about this location, but we do know that this town has had a lot of negative things happen to it, with wars between Native American tribes, people dying of diseases, floods, all that stuff. So we never know what we're going to get in situations like this, but apparently it's really powerful spirits. So I'm excited.
Well, guys, without further ado, we're gonna set our stuff up down here and really start digging into who may be haunting this very famous bridge. I know we interviewed him earlier about this, but this is a notorious place in the town of San Angelo. Talked to a lot of people already. They recommended, even just today, we got new tattoos today. The people in the tattoo shop recommended that we check this bridge out. The owner of the location we filmed at last night was talking about this bridge. So it's a locally known haunted location, but what they don't know locally is who haunts it. So it's waking up, trying to earn a little extra pay.
There you go. Maybe that's what these ghosts are doing.
Get paid.
It's country to the bone, baby.
Oh,
it's country to the bone. All right, if you understand that joke, leave us a comment, please. We'll see who gets it.
Not cool, not one. I was getting more of the ZZ top 5 from Gotta Get Paid.
You hear us.
Are you rolling?
Yeah.
All right, so we've been setting up here, and this REM pod has been going f***ing bananas.
It's still going.
Which is weird, because this is where he was sitting when he got shoved off of the thing. I mean, look at this.
Are you the spirit that pushed him off this ledge? No, leave us.
No, leave us?
Interesting.
I mean, dude, that is like a very strong hit.
Yeah. Meth?
Meth? What the hell?
Did you die down here from doing meth? I'm intrigued.
I'm intrigued, like it's playing with this. I mean, dude,
We're
this is
intrigued at this point.
crazy
Holy
how much
moly.
this is going off. And look at there's a REM pod over there, and there's one down there that are not going off like this.
Can you stop touching that?
Here?
Here? Yeah, stop touching that thing right there.
I did for a moment.
All right, I'm gonna turn this off. Thanks for showing us that you're here. There's another one over there and one down there if you want to play with them.
So did you die from doing meth?
The thing is, I would almost
Also,
think it's
by
an
the
electronic
way,
thing too, but if it wasn't for the
I
fact
want to
that I
start
kept
this
moving
off
around
right.
it.
Thank you to anybody or anything that's down here. My name's
And
Colin.
it was even
Call for
consistently backing off a little bit
My
when
name's
it
Connor.
stopped. And call for help is interesting given
They
that they're hearing
hung
sirens.
Soldiers.
They're hunting.
Soldiers hung me?
Is this the spirit of an indigenous person?
Dude, I mean, what if someone died an OD death under here? Like, it was funny. Stomach ache. Like earlier when we first came down
I
here.
found a meth needle.
Yeah, we were remarking off camera about how much drug paraphernalia is on the ground under here. And he was telling us off camera that people come down here, you know, to do drugs.
Is that true? Is that how you died?
If that's true, you can tap that little bell over there. Maybe that's why someone's so pissed off. They could have died and had, like, their death kind of covered up. Affair.
Bellatrix.
Bellatrix? Affair? My name's Colin, this is Connor. Can you tell us what your name is, whoever this is?
Yes.
What is in your hand?
A camera.
We also have a couple devices where if you talk out loud, we might be able to hear what you have to say. What the f? There's a car coming down here. I don't know. Quick after.
Is it a cop?
No, it's just like a pickup. I didn't know you could drive down here.
Me either. So much heartache.
So much heartache down here.
Are they parking or turning around?
They're leaving.
Interesting.
I was treated bad.
I was treated bad, so much heartache. It said Southern and Western.
Tear.
Tear? Like sadness? That person drove off. That was fucking weird.
Trouble.
Trouble. Can you ring that bell?
Trouble.
Look,
Benjamin.
Benjamin. Sadness? Heart.
Heartache.
I don't know. Oh, here. Loud. We
Camera.
tell us what your name. Tricks. Affair. Come on.
Parking.
Had so. That person drove off. That was fucking weird.
Trouble.
Trouble. Can you ring that bell? Look,
Benjamin.
Benjamin.
Ben. The cemetery. Ben.
The town.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What was it? Ben Fickle?
No, not Ben Fickle. I have no clue. Ben Ficklin.
So you said Benjamin. Can you ring that bell
Bellatrix,
maybe?
the third brightest star.
One second. I think there might be somebody who overdosed on drugs down here. But you also said
Interesting.
Benjamin, and that flood took out the town.
Also,
Ben Fickle?
A Bellatrix Lestrange is from Harry Potter.
You said the same name you said last
Very
time.
weird.
Ficklin.
Fickle?
No, not Ben Fickle. I have no clue. Ben Ficklin.
So you said Benjamin. Can you ring that bell maybe? 1 second. I think there might be somebody who overdosed on drugs down here. But you also said Benjamin, and that flood took out the town. Ben Fickle?
You said the same name you said last time. Ficklin.
Ficklin.
Fickle?
Oh.
Follow us left. It was up there. That was the way that the
Yeah, the town was.
town was.
And the bodies came down here. So can you ring that bell if you died in the flood? The Ben Ficklin community that was wiped out by that flood?
There we are.
Look at this.
Interesting.
Chain hit me, Satan.
11.
11. Oh, did you hear something over there?
I'm about to shit my pants. I don't know where that came from.
Right.
Right. So you did die in that flood. Is your name Benjamin?
Obviously.
Oh. All right, Benjamin.
All right, Ben.
So we have someone from the flood down here. What's up with the sadness and the Satan hit me and the meth? Is there somebody who overdosed down here who's angry? Maybe your spirit's trapped here? David. So David, did you overdose down here and die? Maybe you had a heart attack? You could ring that bell if that's true.
Yo.
So David, are you the spirit or energy that's a little bit angry under here? Do you feel angry? You can ring that bell if that's true, if you do feel a little upset at what happened to you. Law. Drive? Law? The law, drive,
The situation.
the situation. Were they trying to avoid, like, driving under the influence or something? Maybe that's why they died under here? Was it an overdose or did something violent happen to you? Axe killer.
What the hell?
Did you overdose or did someone hurt you down here, David? Or maybe they didn't even necessarily. Maybe, I mean, like he said earlier, spirits could be coming from anywhere over here. David, can you tell me, did you actually die down here or did you somehow end up just trapped here?
Terrified.
Terrified. You don't need to be afraid of us. We just want to know if you actually died down here or if you somehow got lost when you were traveling the bridge. Maybe you just ended up here on accident. I scream.
Maybe it was a person from the flood.
It's definitely eerie down here.
Oh, sounds like
It's like so quiet.
spooky Halloween music.
Hunting.
I'm puckered up right now.
What the f do you want to do
I
about
don't know. I'm trying to suck it back in.
it? Dark.
I am Cain.
I am Cain. And dark mood. What are you? I am Cain. Dark mood.
Bitter.
Bitter? You're bitter?
I am bitter.
What are you bitter about? The way you died? Mock.
Mock?
People are mocking you out here?
Heart. Are you angry that people have graffitied the bridge and that they come and just kind of destroy it? Forbidden.
Do you not like that
Forbidden
we're
to
down
mock
here?
this bridge.
We're following you.
Hello? Hello? Ooh, it just got cold down here, dude. What was that? I mean, like, oppression? Oh, dude, my f***ing hair is on end all of a sudden. It just like the wind just got cold. I don't know what the f*** that was. Probably like an animal, maybe. Hopefully.
Something stirs.
Something stirs. Hello?
Could be an animal, but it's hard to say. Only they're the ones hearing it right at the moment. I will mostly hear their attention music.
Okay, let's look over here. I mean, no one would be down here. There's one parking lot. It's up there.
I'm only thinking of it being an animal.
That was loud as shit, though.
It's a creepy tree.
Yeah, these are just creepy trees. It sounded like this or something like. Ew, what's this black bag?
I wouldn't touch it.
Don't touch that with a 10-foot pole.
My water bottle just cracked. It just feels kind of bad down here. I'm not gonna lie.
Turn back.
Turn back. Oh, look at this.
Oh, lovely.
If I wanna. Oh, big spider! Oh my God!
Oh, no.
Holy.
No, thank you.
Just walked right.
Ugh. Gotta be underneath the creepy bridge. Moving in the tree line again? They were just there. Scared the bejesus out of him.
It sounds like someone's like fucking throwing rocks at us. Hello? We're down here ghost hunting. Please f off if you're a real person. Dude, my heart's beating actually. Like, first the spider and then that noise
I got him
again.
upset because it scared the hell out of him.
This is trippy. Girl, where it says turn back, where is she? Back, justice, poverty, kid, and girl. It's like they're looking for like a girl. And like home, I mean, it could be like an unhoused homeless person who overdosed. Maybe looking for like a family member, and that's why they like don't feel good. Rob, R-O-B-B.
Rob. Ooh.
A man here.
Man here.
Down.
I'm sorry I have to do this. I'm about to shit my pants. This shit literally came out of
Oh my
nowhere.
God. All right.
But I'm scared I'm gonna shit my pants.
Let the man poo. At least it's not far away. You load
All right,
with the
so
spirits while he's
Connor-
off going to the bathroom.
Connor randomly decided that he was going to shit his pants. So he left. He took the car and he went to go drive somewhere to find a restroom because he didn't really feel like shitting underneath a public bridge. So I'm here
Fair
alone
enough.
underneath the bridge. And I don't know, I'm just getting really, really bad energy from around here in this area. While I was just setting up, I thought I heard some noises like the bridge kind of creaking and cracking, which was a little freaky. But I'm just going to keep asking some questions.
He was hung.
Uh-oh.
Look at. He was hung. Help me, forest. This said I like the woods. So,
I feel hopeless.
I feel hopeless and afraid. I feel hopeless, afraid. So, was somebody hung here? Was this like some sort of a lynching that happened here that nobody knows about?
Could very well have happened. Sadly.
Hello?
Throw.
Throw. What the fuck is that? At this point, I mean, I don't know what the fuck that is. If that's an animal, it's a fucking animal. Bro, what the fuck? I don't even have a fucking car now because Connor left me.
Yo.
Oh.
Trying dog noises just to see.
That's a fucking animal. That's a big fucking animal, dude. I don't want to get like fucking attacked by like a thing. You know, like a, I don't know, a fucking like mountain cat or some shit.
Suffering.
Go
back
back there,
there.
suffering. My voice is heard. No, I'm not going back there. What's back there?
What the hell?
What's back here that you're talking about? What's back there?
Here goes the bell.
Hello? Is there somebody back there? Like in this area? Alive or dead? There's the bridge up there. Oh my god, you guys, you had to hear that on camera.
Heard something.
It's like actually footsteps around here, dude. Oh, I don't want to walk into a spider. What the fuck is this
There's
area?
a footpath.
Bro, I have no idea what this is.
Don't like it.
I'm a little on edge. I also don't want to go too. Hello? Dude, this is fucking spooky. Okay, a tiny bit more. Alright, I'm going back.
Weird. Ooh.
Nope. No, I've had enough
Nope.
of that.
Uh-uh.
You know.
No strange paths for me
Sure,
tonight.
sounds
Thank
like someone's
you.
I don't know. I think there might be like someone like legit back there. I didn't see anybody. But it's almost like a like evil goddamn presence. Tons of noises back there. Sounds like footsteps. I don't know if it's an animal or like someone that's like camping out or even possibly living back there. But it seems like so far we've spoken with 3 distinct energies as an update. David, who had something to do with meth and sadness, and they're looking for a girl. Or maybe the person that's looking for the girl is Benjamin, who died in the flood. But there's also like a satanic evil in the forest around here that doesn't want us here. And it's definitely let us know. With all these noises, I'm just on edge because I'm the only one that's here. Like Connor's gone. I don't have a car or anything. Look at this. Be wary of her.
Did you hear that? You are connected. Beware of the dark. Warmth.
I don't want to scare you.
So,
Oh,
if you died from a drug overdose...
I think you got him pretty good a couple
Okay,
times.
David, since you're sitting right next to me, is there like an evil energy around here that protects this bridge? And it's like upset that people are graffitiing over it and kind of destroying it? All right, so Connor just got back. First of all, how was your poop?
Do duties.
You got it done?
I did it
Everything came out all right?
swimmingly.
Well, I do feel better now because it
Me
was
too.
It was creepy as hell. It was very creepy being down here alone with no car and no way to escape.
It was really creepy when I went up there to go get the car. A guy had, like, just pulled in. He was by himself and he just parked, got out, and like walked up onto the bridge by himself. I'm like, what are you doing out here on a Wednesday?
At like 11 at
hell?
night.
Seriously.
It's creepy. To me, it seems like David is here and he like overdosed. I don't know if he overdosed down here.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's that person from the flood. And then there's like a very angry, some sort of protector of the bridge spirit that doesn't seem to like people like graffitiing the bridge and doing what they're doing to it.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it's just, it's creepy, man. It's really creepy.
It's really creepy.
I don't know what the hell it is.
The town's like dead right now too.
Weird. Should we do a DR60 real quick?
Yeah.
And then we can go up on the bridge and do an Estes?
Sure.
Alright, let's grab the DR. What was that? What was that, Jay? It sounded like someone like f***ing ran at us. You didn't f***ing hear that just now?
I was walking. I could hear you scream. Scared the shit out of me.
Bro, that's scared the f- There's something that's been f***ing
There's
moving
something
around
that's
in there.
running around him
And it
that's scaring
sounded like
the
at
shit
one
out
point
of
just
him.
like someone walking through the woods. So I was like really creeped out. I don't know what that sound was. It could have been a bird maybe. But then again, I don't see any birds. I just see the creepy ass full moon. I think honestly we just talked for a second on camera. Something is calling us into the forest. Soldier. So, I think we should walk back in there to do the DR.
Okay.
And then we can go up. So let's just walk in.
I've been in here.
Yeah, it's a little creepy. Isn't it creepy back here? All right, you keep telling us about the forest. Why did you want us to come back here?
Can you tell us what your name is?
Is there an angry energy protecting this bridge?
Is some of the spirits here people who drowned?
David, are you here? And did you overdose here? Go.
Go, 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 go. Oh my god, I almost face planted.
What was it?
I don't know, bro.
Scare the hell out of them.
Do you think there's someone like living back there?
It might be.
Fuck, it sounded like they like got up and started coming right at us. Oh my god. Dude, I almost face planted into that tree. I f***ing tripped like in a horror film. I would have been f***ing dead. Hey, if there is someone living back there, I just want to say we won't come back.
We didn't mean to bother you.
That's so creepy. You would just sit and wait. Or somebody would. I just feel like we're being followed all of a sudden.
Did say it's following us.
Alright, let's listen to this then. I told you I was here. I told you I was hearing like actual footsteps back there.
That was creepy.
Bro, you gotta love a good like go go like a run. For people online watching, that's definitely going in the trailer. That's funny, but also scary because that's not really that far away if there's actually someone.
So let's listen to this.
All right.
Alright, you keep telling us about the forest. Why did you want us to come back here? Can you tell us what your name is? Is there an angry energy protecting this bridge? Some of the spirits here, people who drowned. David, are you here? And did you overdose here? No, no, no. Go, 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 go.
Let's see them run.
Sounded like someone wanted to speak. Let's do one more real quick.
Someone is speaking. Someone else was growling like a son of a gun.
Do you not like when people graffiti and paint on this bridge?
How many spirits are here under this bridge?
Is the thing that protects this bridge a human spirit?
Do you not like that we're out here right now?
What's your name? Or what do you want us to call you? Dude, were you hearing the noises over there? I swear, someone's like actually over there.
I don't know.
My name is James.
Me too.
Alright.
Do you not like when people graffiti and paint on this bridge?
I think I barely heard
How
something
many
there.
spirits are here under this bridge? Is the thing that protects this bridge a human spirit?
way.
Is the thing that protects this bridge a human spirit? Do you not like that we're out here right now?
So friendly.
What's your name? Or what do you want us to call you?
Some weird responses. Well, James or anybody else, we're gonna go up onto the bridge and try to talk to whoever's here. So you should follow us up there so we can find out more about you. Ready?
It's fucking too creepy down here.
Yeah, it's really goddamn.
I feel like someone's gonna walk out of the woods.
I know. That was a moment right there.
Hey everybody, it's Colin here. Thank you for watching today's video. Hello to all the new subscribers and hello to the rest of
good
our
luck to
beautiful, wonderful,
people who
spooky
entered this
family. As
week.
you know, every single week here on the channel, we give away a free gift bag to one lucky viewer of the show. And this week, to enter the contest, all you have to do is spooky.
So, we
Right.
haven't actually been
So
up
some
here
growls
on
and
the
a couple
bridge
of voices
on this
down
video,
there.
but
Let's see
here
what
we
they
go.
can find
You
to
can see,
Estes.
this is what I was kind of alluding to. There's tons of graffiti all over this bridge. Just a weird vibe around here, dude. Oh, Jesus.
This is a cool bridge.
I know. All right, guys, so we're actually right now up on the bridge. So I don't know if this is like a high crime area or what, but they have these lights installed up here that keep this place illuminated. But it'll be interesting because so far it seems like there's something that protects the bridge. There's somebody who drowned here, drowned in the area, and it seems like somebody is looking for a girl. There's heartbreak and tragedy. Then David seems like somebody who overdosed. I don't know if they overdosed under the bridge or what. But yeah, there's just a lot of spirits here. And it made like 4 or 5 different references to someone who was hung. So I was asking if maybe there was like a lynching that wasn't recorded. Since this bridge has been here since the 20s, there could have easily been something like that happened here. Bridges are just kind of creepy. Like, it's just kind of creepy out here.
And this one's got party lights on.
Yeah, it's a very interesting vibe. But let's get into it, man.
All right. To anybody here with us right now who would like to speak with you,
Andy.
we'd love to speak with you. We don't want to hurt you. We just want to hear about your story. So please come through. And
Jason.
who's Jason? Did you die here?
Evil. He
Jason.
worked in Chicago.
Jason was an evil man?
He's rude.
Did he kill someone?
God forbid.
Yeah, murder is bad. What's your name?
Just tell me something.
What do you want to know?
You're walking all over my... Where are you?
I'm on the bridge. Can you see me? Can you see me and Colin?
Got a black shirt.
I am
Oh.
wearing a black shirt.
Smart.
Can you, if you can
Interesting.
see me, can you come over here and touch either me or Colin?
What?
Can you touch one of us?
2 words come to mind.
Let's hear them. What are the words?
Just get.
You don't want us to be up here?
The angel.
Who's the angel?
Yeah, it feels like someone just like grazed the back of my neck.
Ooh.
Like he's decent. It was like a finger went across my neck.
Are you touching Colin right now? Can you do it again?
So, you're a freak. Colin?
That's not very nice. Do you think I'm a freak or Colin's a freak? Or both of us?
You're up to no good.
We're not here to hurt anybody or do graffiti on the
Where's the
bridge.
paint?
We're not gonna do graffiti here. We're just here to talk.
You're welcome to join.
Who do you want me to join?
Just come to the light.
I don't want to die.
We'll see.
Not yet. Are you threatening me?
You're next. Here.
No. I got a lot of life to live. What's your problem?
Go to heaven, brother.
What's your problem? Why are you mad at us?
It was unjust.
What was?
Nobody heard me. Ooh, no one heard me scream.
Did you die under this bridge? Can you tell me that? Did you lose your life here?
I wasn't old.
No.
How old were you?
I did, though.
You did what? You died here?
Died. Yeah.
Can you tell me what your name
I
is?
stumbled right off.
Oh.
You fell off this bridge?
Ooh.
Can you tell me what your name is?
Woo!
You jumped? Did you jump?
I think I forgot. Don't stay.
What do you mean you think you forgot? What does that mean?
Why I'm stuck.
You forgot why you're stuck here?
Where's Jesus?
I'm not sure.
The doctor's here.
Who's the doctor?
Oh, you know.
I don't, though.
He'll check ya.
I'm very confused. Is this a different spirit that I'm talking to now?
It's a portal. Yup.
There's a lot of spirits here?
Fear.
Are you trying to scare us?
I keep feeling like I'm getting like a little touch. I don't know if
Whoa.
it doesn't feel like the wind though. Ooh.
Who's touching Colin right now?
Let me grab
Yeah, go ahead and grab Colin.
a spirit. Just Benjamin. Ooh.
Benjamin, is that who we were talking to under the bridge? Is that you?
Where'd she go?
Where did who go? Is it your daughter? Are you looking for a family member?
My dog.
You're looking for your dog?
Uh-huh.
I don't want to lie to you. I don't know how we'd be able to do that.
My sweetie.
It's weird that I do hear dogs barking.
Ooh, the flood.
Your dog died in the flood? You never found your dog
A whistle.
after? Come here, puppy.
I miss my good girl.
I'm sorry you lost your dog. I know that sucks, but I
Yeah.
don't really know what to do about that.
It sucked her.
She fell into the water.
Broke the string.
Is there anything else that I could help you with besides that? I just don't really know how I'd help you with your dog.
Thanks.
No.
You gotta leave. Help me.
You just only want me to help you with your dog, though?
I just need to know where. I don't know. It sounded very clear. I need to know where she.
This is so strange and sad.
Sad, really, yes.
This guy, even when he's dead,
I wasn't watching.
he's just trying to find his
It sounded like kind of like I wasn't watching.
I'm sorry, I don't really know what to do.
Ugh, kind of weird. I want to make you a deal.
What deal? I'm open to a deal. You just gotta tell me what you want.
Can't leave.
You can't leave?
Not without the ending.
Is the ending finding your dog?
Yes, sad.
Gosh, I don't know what to do about that, man. How can I help you find your dog?
Her name was Kay.
Okay.
You got me, or she got me in love from being a kid.
Well,
Nobody knows the connection.
I'm afraid I don't either.
She went out with love.
Kay, your dog?
Yeah.
Yeah, puppy. Okay. Just imagine what if a dog ran up on me right now.
Sometimes we weren't able to feed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Back in high school. Strong light,
You talking about the lights on the bridge?
the puppy.
What the fuck?
Good thing.
There was lights on the puppy? What's your name?
Good boy, Dusty.
Is there another dog? I feel like Dusty's a dog name too.
Seeing his bone. My prayer book.
I'm sorry, I'm a little confused. Can you
Gail. There's another one.
another person or another dog? Because I don't know how to help with dogs. Ghost dogs are
A
not my
relationship.
specialty. You were in a relationship with a woman named Gail?
Dude, a whistle like... That sounded like it came from not even on the radio. It sounded like it was like in my ear.
Are you trying to find Kay?
It's William.
Is William your name? The man with the dog?
Don't say that word around me.
What word?
He's gone. Killed off.
Dusty? Are you talking about Dusty's gone?
Another whistle.
I'm so confused right now. I don't know what to do. I feel bad.
I don't praise God no...
You don't praise God because you lost your dog? Alright, well, we're gonna be heading out here soon. Is there anything you want to tell us before we go?
You don't win after all.
Well, that's sad. Anything else?
Watch out for him.
For who?
Ugh. The ghost of... It literally said the ghost of like Wonwi. In the forest.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't like that forest.
There's some bones.
There's bones in that forest?
And a gun.
Oh.
Well, that's not good. If someone murdered out there?
No doubt.
No
That's
doubt.
pretty freaky. Do you know who did it?
Ew, it was like a...
Did you do it?
Balance on the edge. You don't have to jump.
Was someone pushed?
Thank you, friend. Close quarters.
Anything else you can tell us?
Wish I was helpful.
Well,
Fine.
you're doing all you can. That's all that matters. And we hope you can find some peace in the afterlife.
Pedal.
We hope you find your dog. All right.
I agree. Oh,
Jesus Christ, you scared me. That was weird.
what was
That
it?
was the weirdest Estes we've ever done.
What was it?
Trying to
It
help
was
us
like-
in spirit find the dog.
8-minute ramble of a ghost saying he can't find his dog.
Really?
And then I'm like, you can't find your dog?
That's weird because I kept hearing like actual like whistles in my ear.
I know. And I'm like, so is it you can't pass on because you can't find your dog? And yeah. I'm like, well, I
That's
don't know
crazy.
how to help you find a ghost dog.
That's so
And like
weird.
it got, when the flood happened, it got taken away.
Damn, that's actually sad.
I know, that's what I said. I'm like, because like, I don't know how to help you with the ghost dog.
Yeah, that's like kind of depressing. So someone's trapped around here. They've been here for like over 100 years just looking for their dog that they loved. Didn't mention it like a name or anything.
Dusty or Kay.
Dusty!
I literally did the
Kay!
same thing.
Really?
Yeah. I was like whistling too. Like, I don't really know how to help. And then some dogs started barking.
Really?
Yeah.
In the distance?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm like, anything else I might be able to help you with? Finding a ghost dog? That's...
Yeah, I don't know how to
that
really
might be a
help.
little difficult.
That's really interesting though.
I know.
That's not what I would expect. Anything, did you ask questions about the forest?
Yeah, I said that there's bones and a gun out there.
Yeah, I heard that.
And I'm like, did you kill someone out there? And you laughed. And it said you don't have to jump.
I wonder if anyone's ever.
There was a couple things. It was like, it was a woman, and like made it seem like she jumped in.
Dude, what if that's the in the whole night it's been saying it's looking for a girl?
Yeah.
But what if it was like a dog this whole time? That's actually kind of crazy. That's really weird that it lines up like that.
Because it was saying the name was K at first.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What if that's what it was? It's not like it was saying like woman downstairs.
Yeah.
It's like, where is she? Like, that's really, dude, I actually just got chills from that.
Oh my God.
That's
Like,
weird.
This guy is just stuck here because he can't find his ghost dog.
I mean, what if it's
That's
like
so strange to me.
What if it's a dude that maybe it's just like even residual energy?
I mean,
or like
it
someone
also said at the beginning this is a portal.
I remember hearing portal. Yeah, this seems like a portal. I mean, you got a guy that OD'd that we spoke to, something
dog.
creepy, a ghost dog, a guy looking for the dog. I mean, like if it was a flood and it happened quick, imagine that. Like,
What if that noise that we were hearing was the ghost dog in the forest?
if could have been a ghost dog running around. Probably we should have just waited and let it run up. We could pet it.
I don't know. A ghost
Like a
dog
little-
still sounds kind of scary.
Yeah, what if it comes out with its jaw hanging off, like,
That'd be pretty freaky.
or it's like a skeleton dog, like they sell at Target.
Like the fuck. What is the Nightmare Before Christmas?
Yeah, exactly. Zero.
Well,
Well, maybe we should come.
waking up, busting your butt, trying to earn a little extra pay.
You know,
Come out here in the morning and leave some flowers
I think we should.
or some dog toys.
We should leave a dog toy and a little bone to try help this guy maybe bring the dog back in. Cause that's really sad, man.
That's
I've
really
never even
fucking
heard
sad.
of a story like that. But it fucking the whole night
That
lines
is a
up.
bummer.
Like we were terrified this whole night. Turns out it was just a guy looking for his dog.
Yeah, right. And like, I don't
Where's
know, I
the
would be pissed
dog?
off too if it's been over like 100
and you
years.
still can't find your
Like
dog.
no one will come out here to help you. It's really
I know
weird.
the feeling. I had a dog run away when I was younger.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
It really does feel like there's like energy on this bridge.
Mhm.
It's like a very, I would describe it as kind of like portal like,
Mhm.
you know? Just like looking around and there's like just nobody around. It's got a very tangible feel.
Mhm.
It's pretty calm though. It feels, it's not like spooky. That little wooded area is spooky as hell.
Bad.
That was fucking
Bad in
creepy.
there.
I think that there's like a totally different energy, but
Up
think
here
about it.
feels fine.
Yeah. I mean, think though, back in the day, like, even like before it was really settled, there could have been like
Mm-hmm.
people killed here. Maybe there's like bones.
I mean, Native Americans were here first.
It's interesting too, like when that flood happened, that cemetery was saying how the Old Town Cemetery was wiped out and all the bones just washed away. I wonder if like sediment buildup, there could be like a bone from somebody still in the
Yeah.
bank of the river somewhere.
Easily.
Well, did it say a name to who it was?
Didn't say the guy's name. Unless his name was Dusty. The dog's name was Kay.
There's also Benjamin earlier.
Yeah.
To whoever was out here, well, we're gonna come back and try to help you out and help you try to find your dog. But thanks for talking.
Yeah. Thank you. Sorry we couldn't do anything tonight to help you find your dog, but we'll come back tomorrow and see if there's anything we can do.
All right. Good shit. All right, so it's the day after investigating the
Interesting.
bridge area, and we've come back. Now, it's pretty easy because our Airbnb was only like 8 minutes from here, so it wasn't that far of a drive, but we did stop by a grocery store, and what did we get?
The dog bone.
We got a little dog bone for the
Bone
ghost
big
dog.
bone.
Yeah, so it's kind of a huge bone for the ghost dog though, because that was really sad hearing that there's a spirit out here who can't move on because they can't find their dog. Now my thoughts are maybe that was somebody whose dog was swept away during the flood back then, but we just want to try to help. So to whoever was here last night speaking with us, whose voice we heard, we just
we want to help you find your dog. So we brought a dog bone so that maybe you can pick it up, and I don't know if you can see this. I don't know if you can use this. I don't know what difference all of this is gonna make, but try to use this to find your dog. Okay. We have a bone for you. All right. Okay. Well, you know, and at the end of the day, guys, if Kay the ghost dog doesn't come to get this bone, there's probably going to be another dog that's out here hungry that can enjoy this. So this is our contribution to the local ecosystem.
Sweet K, hope you find your dog. This is as much as we know to do, so that's why we're leaving the bone here.
Never done this before.
Someone's probably gonna come down here and be like,
Like a murder.
it's just a leg bone.
Who knows though? Maybe it fucking works. We don't understand how all this works.
So hey, at the end of the day, it's more about intentions.
Yeah.
And maybe a stray dog comes and finds us. Gets to have a nice little treat.
Exactly. All right, guys.
Well, that's that. Interesting episode. All right, so that's it for that. Interesting stuff. Very interesting. Matter of fact, I was expecting darker stuff, and we ended up with kind of a sad, wholesome story. Without any further ado, I guess check out the links down below. The store is incomplete yet because of all the issues that keep dragging me away. But otherwise, check out the links down below for the original video, uncut and unspoiled. And also check out the links down below for our other channel, the socials. And please do remember to like, share, and subscribe. All of you joining us from the Paranormal Reactions have been the biggest help, and thank you for enjoying the other content and bringing other people with you. You are the gas in our engine. You are our ghouls. Thank you again for joining us, and we will see you all next time. Pleasant dreams.